What's his advantages? Or he really play good defense? It seemed to
Well,
me.
I thought it was a team thing. I don't. There's no Norm against Middleton or so and so against anybody. It's a team defense, and I think anytime you say so and so versus so and so, it's disingenuous. I think it's more our team concepts more so than an individual one-on-one type thing. But Norm, he did his job defensively. He did what he's supposed to do. But again, I think it's multiple people, multiple bodies being in the way.
Dwayne, you spend much time in between games wondering whether they'll do something different and planning for that?
Yeah, we do. Well, what are they going to do next? What can they do next? If they do this or put this person on him, how do we want to play certain things? So there's different scenarios that we prepare for, Doug. Different options, different people we want in certain situations. As far as how we want to screen, spacing, certain players we know that they're double teaming with Middleton a lot, bringing him up, sometimes faking like you're going to double team. It looks like a double team, but it's more of a fake. So if they bring him up, what do we want to do? If he comes in heads and trap, what do we want to do? So different options, different things.
Are they with Maker and with Monroe for you guys to attack?
Well, they're a slower team with Monroe, more of a half-court team, and they space you out more with Maker with his ability to shoot the three. So they're different, more of a half-court team with Monroe, more condensed, so to speak, and Maker, they spread you out faster, running the floor. So two different type of teams. Thank you. Two different type of teams.
Coach, do you see the series as just being unpredictable, or do you see it now that the Raptors seem to be playing or getting better throughout the series that they've been more predictable
No,
now?
each game is a different story. They'll come out and make some changes tonight. We'll come out and make some changes tonight. So each game tells a different story. Excuse me, has a different theme. So we have to be ready for all scenarios. There's no such thing as this team has momentum or that team has momentum. They've shown that they can come on our home court and win. We've shown we can go on their home court and win. So we've got to come out and play with the mindset that we played in the last game. That's the thing. We have a tendency to come out relax after we get a win, and you can't do that in playoff basketball. You got to come out with a solid, straight line mindset that, hey, this is a new day, new game. Forget about what happened, good or bad, the last game, and come out the next game and play.
They had their worst three-point shooting game of the series last game. How much of that do you think was them missing shots, and how much of it was improved effort on?
Again, improved. I wouldn't use the word effort, but improved execution as far as our scheme is concerned. Because it's hard to say a guy's not playing hard at this time of year. Now he may not make a shot, he may not get it done, but I would say execution is a better word than effort. And I think, we did a better job of executing, of getting out, rotating, doing our X rotations, of getting to those positions.
Dwayne, going into the series, they were 36, 37% from three. And for the first three games, I think they're over 50% from 1%.
Right.
So were you kind of waiting for them to regress to what they
No,
did this year?
our thing is, Michael, is take away the paint. They're a get it into the paint team. And your philosophy defensively is first take away the paint. You got to make sure you take away the highest percentage shot, and then make sure we execute our rotations out. In the first few games, we didn't do a good job of getting out to the shooters. Snell has done a good job of shooting the ball. Middleton, Brogdon. We got to do a better job of Xing out, rotating out, and getting to them. And we've done that. It's multiple efforts. Take away the paint first, then get outside to the three-point shooters. And
So it wasn't the case through the first three games that you're kind of
No. Well, we were taking away the paint first, but we didn't say, okay, go ahead and shoot the three. No, we got to make sure we rotate out and get out to the three-point shooters.
How important is on offense is confidence? And have you seen enough of that in this series from kind of the whole group?
Well, we did a better job in game. I think it was game 2 of shooting the basketball, and some of it is is making sure you get your feet set, shot readiness because they're getting there quick. They have a lot of speed and athleticism and length. So you've got to be ready to pull the trigger. Your three-point shooters, you don't have time to, read Adam Silver on the ball and get your feet set and do all that. You got to make sure you're ready to catch and shoot the basketball. And that's something that, we did a better job of. I thought we did a better job of last game. And again, they're a good defensive team. But you've got to have shot readiness. Everything's got to be prepared to catch and shoot. Passes have to be on time, on target, out of the blitzes, and I thought DeMar has done a good job of that, of making passes out. Now we've got to make plays and make shots out of the double teams.
Does that confidence be contagious? Like if one.
No question. It's so, seeing the ball go through the hole for everybody is contagious. I thought in first game at their place, missing passes, missing shots was contagious. Everything was contagious that game. So, no, it goes both ways.
I think in Game 4 there were 3 total players between the two teams that made three-pointers, which is, not from this era necessarily. Did you ever think you'd see that sort of?
Well, no, I thought both teams did a good job of executing defensively. They did a good job of trying to take us out of what we wanted to do, and I thought we did a good job too. So it's been a defensive grudge match, and I think we've got to continue to be that way. Multiple efforts to getting out to the three-point shooters and take that out. Tony Snell has sneakily got open in transition. Got to make sure we find him. He's done a good job of running out, and but we got to make sure we find him in transition.
With the Leafs exiting the playoffs last night, you guys are all Toronto's got left in the playoffs. How do you feel about that?
I was really proud of the Leafs. I thought they did a great job. Coach Babcock did a great job of leading that young team and them fighting one of the top teams in the NHL. So, but again, we got to have, whether the Leafs are playing Blue Jays, we have to have a single mindset of going into the game tonight. It really doesn't affect how we should approach the game either way.
Dwane, last game, Serge had a lot of open looks. He okay as far as his ankle goes? It was just a matter of missing shots. It's
a make or miss league. I mean, if you're out there, you're healthy. You just got to knock it down. He's got the green light. He's a great shooter. Again, guys go through that. Kyle went through it in the first game. So guys open, got to take the shot. It's like hitters sometimes. You go through stretches, you go through games. But again, we have total belief and faith in our three-point shooters, and whether it's Pat, Tuck, Serge, those guys, Kyle, they have the green light to continue to shoot the basketball, DC, from the three line.
Sorry. Dwane, you look at that 85 points you scored. As you go over the tape, was that a real representative of how well you executed offensively? Did you leave some points on the table?
We did. We left some layups on the table, finishes at the rim. I think Corey missed a couple bunnies that he had at the basket. Some open shots we missed. No, we left points on the table, opportunities to attack the basket and to run the floor, and against a good defensive team like they are. And I'm sure they're saying the same thing. We've got to make some easy buckets and miss the shots that are open. So I think both teams left points on the table, opportunities to score when they didn't.
Is that encouraging, though, that you're executing better, just not finishing the play necessarily?
Right. I thought our screening was better, Bruce. I thought our spacing was better. The zip passes out of the double teams were better. Again, we got to take the opportunities that are there, the open shots, and the points that are available, and make sure we execute and finish them.
I'm sure you won't say, but I'll ask. Yesterday you hinted at the possibility of change. Was that in reference to change a lineup again, or just change in terms of schemes?
Change of schemes. Unless they change their lineup, we could have the right to change ours. But there's some things we can do differently, defensively and offensively, to take advantage of what they're doing. So we've worked on that for a couple of days and looked at that. So again, we've got to be ready to adjust, whether it's subtle, whether available to the naked eye or what, is change. And that's something that you can't be satisfied, win, lose, or draw, of being able to make adjustments, whether it's lineups or schematically defensively, who rotates to who defensively, offensively, spacing, who you want to flash, who you want to space to the corner. All those things are on the table at this time of year. And again, nobody can get offended. So if you're starting, coming off the bench, this is the playoffs. And, everybody's got to be all for the team in this setting.
To that point, how did you think of Jonas?
I thought he handled it like a pro. I think he's been positive. He was upbeat yesterday, today. He's been a very professional player, and as he's always been, because he understands the moment.